Klaus Kornau is the man who decides which trees are felled. He oversees 1,400 hectares of forest around Hannoversch Münden. He came here 40 years ago and fell in love with the area.
In the Weser uplands, you're close to nature with lots of rivers and brooks. I think it's an incredibly beautiful area, especially with the half-timbered town of Hannoversch Münden.
Hannoversch Münden's old town with its half-timbered buildings is Klaus Kornau's first recommendation. The elaborately decorated houses bear witness to the former wealth of the town, which became rich through trade on the Weser.
Foresters love it when lots of wood is used for building. Here, on our historical town hall square, we see a lot of half-timbered buildings with lots of wood. Some of them are 200, 300, 400 years old, and as you see, they're beautiful.
Klaus Kornau says the town hall is also a must-see, a sandstone building in Weser Renaissance style. He thinks it's a real eye-catcher, and not just because of the architecture.
Here on our market square is one of the loveliest Weser Renaissance buildings, our town hall. Its origins probably lie in the 14th century. In the Middle Ages, Münden was quite a wealthy town, so it could afford it. Inside there's another highlight, and that's our Dr. Eisenbart. Sometimes described as a charlatan, but actually in his time a fantastic doctor. He always came out only at specific times, up there.
The story of Dr. Eisenbart, a traveling surgeon who died about 400 years ago, is presented 3 times a day as a glockenspiel on the town hall gable. Many Germans only know a satirical song about the doctor, whom some considered a medical genius and others a fraud. But nobody can live without nature, especially a forester like Klaus Kornau. So the Forest Botanical Garden and Arboretum in the middle of town is his second tip. It was laid out in 1868 as a teaching garden for the newly founded Royal Prussian Academy of Forestry. 750 different plant species grow here.
I find the garden exciting because it contains very old trees gathered together from almost all over the world. It's really beautiful any time of the year.
And 2 specimens have made a special impression on him.
I think the 2 dawn redwoods we see here are some of the most beautiful and interesting trees in the garden. They were thought to be extinct and only known as petrified fossils. But then in the 1940s, a scientist in China found them in a small valley, so they're still alive. They still exist, and they came here as seeds.
To get his last recommendation, we go onto a hill above the town. Up here you get the best view of Hannoversch Münden and a memorial to a song that romanticizes the Weser, das Weserlied.
Here I sometimes used to sit with my lute and look down to the valley, forgetting myself and the world. That's how the Weser song starts, up here in this lovely place dedicated to the lyricist and composer. Below us, the Werra and the Fulda flow together to form the Weser. If you ever visit our lovely town, be sure to take the trouble to come up here. It's beautiful.
And it makes an impressive ending to a visit in Hannoversch Münden with its romantic buildings and natural beauty.